Of course, right as I'm filming a voiceover, the trash man decides to come down our street. Fabulous. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sophie and I like to create bullet journal and productivity content. So this week's video is actually super special because it's a collab with Lola. Her channel is super amazing and it also has a lot of bullet journal content, and she's just the sweetest and super easy to work with. So make sure after you watch my video to go down to the description box and click the link in her video and send her channel some love because she definitely deserves it. We decided to do a travel related bullet journal collab. So my video is making some spreads to use when traveling, and on her video she talked about different stationery essentials that she always wants to bring whenever she's traveling. I feel like both videos work really well together, so if you're traveling soon or just want some more bullet journal content, make sure to check her out. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to go down and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are on the road to 1,000 subs and I'm so excited, so it would help me so much if you went down and hit the subscribe button. So getting right into this video, I'm starting out my spreads with a proper cover page because if you know me, I don't like to do anything in my bullet journal without a proper lettered title. So I'm writing summer trip because it's pretty vague and obvious, and my color palette for this video is going to be black and these different shades of purple. I did an ombre lettering style because I love ombre and it's fun to play with, and if you're looking for more calligraphy tutorials, you can check out this video in the card above or comment below any questions you have because I do want to make more calligraphy tutorials in the future. One quick tip that I'm going to share right now though is when you're doing lettering and the colors are very light, adding a dark drop shadow in the back will help your lettering stand out more and make more sense as to what exactly it says. I also added some cute doodles around the title and some washi tape just to add a little more flair to these spreads and to make them more creative along with just being productive. So now moving on to the next spread, which is titled Saving Up. Of course, no one can just go on a trip on a whim unless you're like Jeff Bezos or someone, so if you are Jeff Bezos, hello, thank you for watching my video, but the rest of us actually have to work towards having trips. So I'm putting a spending, or actually more of a budget tracker, on the right side of the page. I have general different sections, one being plain, one being hotel, and one being extra spending money. So these are different charts where you can mark how much money you've put aside for each of these three categories, and of course you can edit it as much as you need when you make this in your own journal. I will say I kind of just guesstimated on the prices. I have no clue how much spending money or plain money or whatever you're going to need, but just take all the numbers here with a grain of salt and instead focus on the layout because that's what's important. To be honest, I don't even know if anyone's traveling at this point, considering it's, almost August, but you guys can just save this video for next year and use it when you do go on vacation. So again, after doing the special details to the title, like adding the ombre and the dark drop shadow, it's time to label each of these sections. I'm using my black calligraphy pen to label each section, plain, hotel, and spending money, and my idea was that if you were going to use this for your bullet journal, then every time you raised $100, you can just color in that box, and it'll be really satisfying to see when the month or however long it takes to raise all the money is done, the satisfying tracker is all being filled in, and you know that, yeah, you can finally go on a trip. So because this spread was a little plain, I wanted to add something special to the bottom, and so I'm adding a dictionary definition for travel. I think these kinds of quote pages are super fun and creative and better than just lettering some random gibberish like explore or adventure. So I instead wrote something at the bottom and it says, travel, the only thing you buy that makes you richer. I know, so heartfelt. Ending off the spread with some washi tape because I'm obsessed and there's too much white space on this paper to make me happy. And now let's move on to the next spread in this video, which is going to be the itinerary. So once you've raised up enough money to go on this fabulous trip of yours, it's time to plan out exactly what you're going to be doing. So of course you need an itinerary to mark all the general places you need to be, the time that your plane is leaving, the time that you scheduled to meet grandma for brunch, etc. And so of course I'm starting out these two spreads with labeling the titles. Now the general idea of the itinerary is pretty boring actually to look at, but it's basically a huge timeline, and mine just goes for 4 days, and each little section of the timeline goes from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. to noon, 12 p.m., and then finally 6 p.m., and then of course the next day. So on each of these sides of these sections, you can box off the different timestamps and of course label what you're going to be doing at that time. Now personally, when I go on vacation, I'm a very huge planner, and so I like to have everything laid out for the entire week. But if you're more of a spontaneous traveler, then by all means, good for you. But this might not be as useful to you. However, it's still important to, mark all your plane information when you're going to rent a car, etc. So even if it's not used for every single bit of your vacation experience, it can still be generalized and help you out so you don't forget anything you need to do while out of town. As I'm labeling all these different timestamps in, here's a picture of what the spread could look like filled in. Ignore my gibberish scribbling because they're pointless, but here's a more visual representation of what I think the spread will look like when it's completed. So here's the thing, right? I lost all my footage for this spread and the next one, and because it's a journal spread, I can't really go redo it, especially since this spread I did on camera and this one I didn't. So I'm sorry that I messed up the footage, and I'm sorry to Lola because this was a collab, but I do want to explain these last couple spreads. So this is going to be the things to do's page, which is pretty self-explanatory like every other spread in this video. Basically, you have 4 boxes, one for what you're going to eat, like restaurants, what you're going to buy, like souvenirs you want to get, or a specific place you want to shop at. For example, the M&M store in New York City, that would go right there. The do and see are kind of the same thing, but you might go to an amusement park or see the Eiffel Tower, etc. So this set is pretty simple, but it's a place to jot down your thoughts. And then the last spread for packing and then for after the trip. So over here, there are 5 sections for packing, and this is actually the easiest spread for me to make because this is the one that I use whenever I go on all of my trips. And so there's a different section for clothes, toiletries, technology, essentials, and miscellaneous. So obviously you put your clothes in here, you have your toiletries like your toothbrush, etc., your phone, your charger, essentials could be like your passport, and then miscellaneous, like you have to bring your grandma's birthday gift when you travel to New Jersey. And then the last section over here is the memories page, which is for after the trip. This could be a scrapbooking page where you put all some pictures. You could put some souvenirs, some stickers maybe, or if you just want to journal about the trip and like what you did, people you met with, that could be really fun. I think it's always nice after you go on a trip or a vacation to just record some of the memories to look back in the future. So this is just a memories page you can do that with. So yeah, really sorry again that I lost all this footage and I can't refilm it, but I hope you guys like these spreads and this video, and let's get back to the flip through. Okay, so sorry about the interruption, but now it's time for the final flip through. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you got to this point, comment below this emoji. I am so thankful for you. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to go down, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads on my channel. Since this video is done, go give it a thumbs up and check out Lola's video because hers is super cool, super useful, and I just love her. So thank you, Lola, for collabing with me. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Toodles!